I want to ask you guys, what does, besides me, these four leaders have in common? Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. What do all these great leaders have in common? Anybody want to take a guess? They fought for what they believe in. That's true. Anything else?
They were all assassinated.
That's right. They're all assassinated. So to become a great leader, you need to be assassinated. I'm just joking, I'm joking. But there are several things that make these people great leaders. But I'm not going to have enough time to mention every single one of them. But I am going to mention three major things that you need to do and have to be a great leader. So are you ready to be filled up with wisdom on leadership today?
Yes.
Nah, it don't sound like you're asking. Are you ready to be filled up with wisdom on leadership today?
Yes.
All right, now y'all sound more awake. All right, so the first thing that you need to do to become a great leader is to become a follower. Now right now you probably feel like, hold on, how me being a follower is going to help me become a great leader? Well, let me tell you something. Every great leader was once a follower of a great leader. You can't just wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm a great leader. Literally you can, but are you truly? Your job as a follower is to observe and analyze and learn from the great leader that you're following. And as time progresses, you will take what you've learned and apply it to your life so you could become a great leader yourself. Even I, a great leader, was once a follower, and I still am a follower. A great leader in my life was my mother. Anybody has their mother as their great leader with the raised hands? Yeah, see? Mama's in the house, you know. And, you know, there's other people that could be considered as great leaders, such as your brothers, your uncles. If you're a believer, Jesus Christ could be a leader, or the Pope, or the pastor in your church could be a leader to you. But as a follower, there's two things that you need to do to become a great leader. One is know what type of leader you want to become. There are different types of leaderships. Leaderships in the medical field, leadership in education, leadership in fitness, leadership in beliefs and faiths. So for medical field, for example, the doctor is a leader for the registered nurse. The registered nurse is a leader for the nurse assistants. Or in the fitness, your weight trainer, your physical trainer, they are your leaders. They're trying to have you become healthy and look good, just like they are. So they're your leaders, just trying to get you somewhere that you want to be, where they already are. So that's one thing that you need to do as a follower. The second thing you need to do is know the type of leader you want to follow. There are two types of leaders. There's an active leader. An active leader is the leader that's been there and done that. They teach you principles that they have done to get them where they are now, where they want to get you. These leaders don't just talk out of experience. They've been there. They've lived the life that you want to live. And they're going to teach you how to get there. These are the type of leaders you want to follow. And then there's the inactive leader. These leaders are all about talk. They're the one that's going to try to talk to you and try to get you somewhere that they have never been. Say, for example, there's an inactive leader that says, you know, he's going to help you become a millionaire by the end of this year. Just follow his principles. But himself or herself is not even a millionaire. How can he or she help you become somebody that he or she's not? How can you become a millionaire from somebody that's not a millionaire? If he's going to teach you or she's going to teach you something, they'd rather teach you something that they have been through and done themselves. Because how do you know if it's true or not that you will become a millionaire, right? So, as a follower, you need to know the type of leader you're going to follow. The active leader or the inactive leader. And obviously, you want to follow the active leader. So, I'm going to move to the next step to becoming a great leader. The next step you need to do to become a great leader is produce followers. You need to have followers as a leader. You can't be a leader without followers, because then what are you leading? Who you're leading? You know? But there are three things that you could do to produce followers. The first one is communication. And not just communication, but effective communication. Because anybody can communicate, but few can communicate effectively. It's very important to know how to communicate effectively as a leader, because everybody communicates at different levels. All around the world, there's different cultures. All around the world, there's different languages. all around the world are different race, different people, different personalities, meaning that everybody communicates differently. So as a leader, you need to know how to communicate effectively with all these different varieties of people to connect with them. Because if you can't communicate in a way that they understand you, they cannot connect with you. And as leaders, you need followers to connect. That's how they follow you, because they understand you. Another thing that you need to do to produce followers is build a good relationship. How many of you have jobs? With a raise of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Keep your hands up who has a job. Put their hands up. All right. 3. All right. 4. How many of you that have jobs like your boss with your hands still up? How many of you don't like your boss with your hands still up? 1. It's okay to be honest. 2. 2 people that has jobs. 3 people that has jobs that don't like their boss. Those with their hands up, please, I would like for you to come up here. Don't worry, your boss is not here. He's not here. No need to worry about it. All right, so here we have 2 people that has jobs but dislike their boss.
There's a third that is taking an exam.
Okay, well we have 3 people.
But I can tell you what he said.
Okay, all right, thank you. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. And you. Do you have a good relationship with your boss? Or do your boss try to have a good relationship with you? Meaning that they're showing that they care for you, not just as an employee, but as a person. And care and appreciate all the work that you're doing for them in their job to help their business grow. No? No. This is a good example. Your boss, their boss, is their leader. And as an employee, they are the followers. And I guarantee if they were not going to get paid, they were not following that leader. See, as a leader, you want to produce followers that want to follow you. Not the one that's forced to, or not the one that's, only following you because they're getting something out of it, like money. As a leader, as a great leader, you want to produce followers that want to follow you. And to do that, you have to build a good relationship with your followers. That reminds me of a quote from a man named John Maxwell. He says, people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. And this is very true. Because, let me ask you a question. Would you want to follow a leader who has great knowledge, knows everything, but don't care where you're going with your life, how you succeed? Or would you want to follow a leader who has great knowledge, but cares for you, and is going to try his best or her best to help you succeed in life? Yeah. Would you want to be with leader A or leader B?
Yeah, B.
Exactly. So the reason why leader B is going to have more followers than leader A is because he shows that he cares. He's building a good relationship with their followers. So to do that, you got to build a good relationship with your followers. All right, thank you guys. Go ahead and take a seat. With a good relationship, your followers will give you trust. And because of trust, they will follow you and listen and follow your principles. And they will talk to many other people and connect with other people and tell them about you. And because of that, you will be able to produce more followers just by building a good relationship. Doesn't that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah. The next thing that you need to do to produce followers is credibility. Credibility, credibility, credibility. Would you want to follow me, a leader that's going to teach you something, tell you to do something, and actually it gets you where you want to go, and actually produces the results that you were looking for? Or would you want to follow a leader that's going to teach you something and you don't see anything happening? There is no results. the result is credibility. And as a leader, you need credibility under your belt. Because people want to know if they're going to follow you, and because they follow you, they're going to get to where they want to go. They don't want to follow somebody that's going to just teach something and it's not going to do anything for their life. So it's very important to build credibility as a leader to produce followers. With great credibility, you will create followers upon followers upon followers. And by the end of the day, you see you have millions of followers. That will make you a great leader. Now, the last step that you need to do to become a great leader is to evaluate yourself and unleash the power within you. Powers, right? Powers. How do people have powers? Every single one of you in this room, including I, and people out in the world, they all have powers within them that can make them great leaders. One power is the power of courage. As a leader, you need to unleash the power of courage within you because you will run into tough obstacles. You would have to face tough obstacles. You would have to make tough decisions. There's going to be a roadblock that you're going to have to break through to get to where you want to go. But you can't just do it by yourself. You need the power of courage within you unleashed so you could take that chance. You could face those struggles. Without it, how can you break those roadblocks? How can you lead these people where they want to go? So you need the power of courage to face your struggles. Another power that you need to unleash is the power of faith. Through those tough times, you're going to probably feel like, man, I can't do this. This is too hard. I don't see me doing this. I don't see how I could lead these people to here. I think I could do it, but I don't think I could get them to. They're going to feed that off you as followers. That's why you need the power of faith. You can have faith within your own self. Because if you have faith in yourself, your followers will have faith in you. Another power that you need to unleash within you to be a great leader is the power to lead oneself. Meaning the power to lead your own life. How do you expect to lead millions and millions of people if you can't lead one person, yourself? So the first thing you need to work on to become a great leader is to lead your own life. And the ability that you will learn, the ability that you will have by leading your own life, you can lead millions and millions of people. The next power that you need to unleash within yourself to be a great leader is the power of motivation. Not only you will probably face tough times, but your followers will. Your followers will face tough times. And they'll feel like, man, I can't get this, I can't do this, this is too hard. And they're going to feel like giving up. But you need to be the light in their dark. You need to electrify their life with your life. You need to be, have you ever seen the commercial with the bunny rabbit, the Energizer battery, which goes on and on and on? You need to be that bunny rabbit in their life. You need to give them the energy they need with the power of motivation within you. So that's one thing you definitely need to be a great leader, is to motivate them and take them places where they thought they never could have been. And the last thing, the last power that you need to be a great leader is the power of sacrifice. Because as leaders, you're going to be sacrificing a lot of things. And one thing is time. Your time. As a leader, you need to invest your time into your people. Because they need you as a leader to bring them where they want to go. And to do that, you need to give them your time. If you don't give them your time, then how are you going to have the time to teach them the principles they need to know? How are you going to teach them the steps that they need to take to become a great person or wherever they want to become, whatever they want to become? You need to invest your time into their life. And another thing that you're going to have to sacrifice is bad habits. Getting drunk. Getting into fights. Basically having a bad look on yourself and around society. This is something you're going to have to sacrifice and stop. Because as a great leader, you're supposed to be the example. You're supposed to reflect what you want your people to be, the followers to be. You want to make people like you, and the way you do that is be what you want those people to be. And through that, they can learn to be like you. Your followers will learn to be just like you. But you have to have the power of sacrifice to take those sacrifices. So I'm going to wrap things up. Now I taught you how to become a great leader by becoming a follower and in producing a follower and also evaluating yourself and unleashing the power within you. I believe that every one of you in this room have the potential to be great leaders. I believe every single one of you in this room has the potential to be great leaders. But the question is, do you believe it? Because I could believe it, your teachers could believe it, your parents could believe it, but you will never become the great leader if you don't believe it within yourself. It has to start from within. So, how many of you in this room believe that you have the potential to be great leaders? If you do, I want you to stand up right now. Scream out, I am a great leader. I am a great leader. That's what I'm talking about. So I want you today not to walk out this room and just forget everything I taught you. But I want you to take these things and apply it to your life and become the leader that you are meant to become. Thank you.